This is your AESH Energy News Minute for Tuesday, November 15, 2022. In mainstream news, CNBC reports US and UAE signed strategic partnership deal to spur $100 billion in clean energy investment. The United States and United Arab Emirates on Tuesday announced the signing of a strategic partnership that will see $100 billion mobilized to develop 100 gigawatts of clean energy by 2035. The deal, signed during the ADIPEC Energy Conference in Abu Dhabi, is entitled the Partnership for Accelerating Clean Energy, PACE, and encompasses four main pillars: the development of clean energy innovation and supply chains, managing carbon and methane emissions, nuclear energy, and industrial and transport decarbonization. Bloomberg headline: Oil slips as stronger dollar offsets optimism over China demand. Oil dipped after a two-day rally as a stronger dollar offset optimism around the outlook for improved Chinese demand. West Texas Intermediate futures fell toward $88 a barrel as the dollar rose for the first time in 3 sessions, making commodities priced in the currency more expensive. That overshadowed expectations for a rebound in Chinese demand after the nation issued a rescue package for its struggling property market and has eased some of its strict COVID-0 restrictions. The Financial Times reports UK group plans first large-scale liquid air energy storage plant. Wall Street Journal headline: Biden to tout climate agenda at COP27 amid headwinds at home. President Biden is set to arrive at international climate talks in Egypt on Friday, eager to reassert U.S. leadership as Republican gains in Washington and the war in Ukraine complicate his administration's efforts to end reliance on fossil fuels. The 2-week United Nations Climate Conference is taking place as many world leaders are more focused on other rapidly unfolding geopolitical dynamics. The war in Ukraine has sent energy prices sharply higher, prompting the US and its allies to scramble to secure oil supplies, and economists are warning that a global recession is on the horizon. Forbes headline: Could wind turbines be a secret weapon against hurricanes? Today's fantasy may be tomorrow's reality. With Hurricane Nicole making landfall in Florida earlier this week, it's yet another reminder that the United States needs to do more to protect itself from the ongoing annual threat of hurricanes. Climate change is leading to more extreme weather events, and, as odd as it sounds, a secret weapon in our fight against them might be wind turbines. It's something to consider as the Biden administration works towards a goal of deploying 30 gigawatt of offshore wind power by 2030. BBC reports COP27. We cannot go wobbly on climate change, says Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson has said nations cannot go weak and wobbly on climate change targets as he attended COP27 in Egypt. Speaking in Sharm el-Sheikh, the ex-prime minister said the aim of reducing greenhouse gas emissions had suffered as a result of the Ukraine war. His comments were echoed by UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday. Mr. Johnson also said he was glad Mr. Sunak was attending COP27, adding he was on absolutely the right lines. EnergyLiveNews.com reports Germany greenlights lifetime extension of nuclear plants. The German parliament has voted to keep the country's 3 remaining nuclear power stations in operation, more than their expected end-of-generation dates. Although policymakers had previously approved a complete phase-out of nuclear power by the end of 2022, recent events and fears of looming energy shortages have forced the federal government to reconsider its position. The decision comes after a letter sent by German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to ministers last month to lay the legal framework to keep these power stations open. Germany's environment minister told RTL on Friday that the shutdown of the nuclear power plants will now occur on 15 April. PowerGrid.com reports New York's MTA tests manage charging for electric buses. New York City has a lot of buses, and moving them all to electric motors would have a large impact on the grid. But if the city were to use managed charging, meaning it charges the buses at the most opportune time, grid impacts could be reduced. On November 9, smart charging and energy management company, the Mobility House, said the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, will embark on a pilot project to deploy ChargePilot for New York City Transit, NYCT, the largest public bus fleet operator in the U.S. This has been your AESH Energy News Minute for Tuesday, November 15, 2022. If you want more global energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.